Hello, today I'm gonna make Nashville style hot fried chicken sandwiches. I recently visited my sister in Oakland, California, and she took me to World Famous Hotboys, and they have amazing fried chicken sandwiches with coleslaw, pickles on a bun, tossed in this Nashville kind of hot style sauce. And this Nashville hot sauce is butter, brown sugar, cayenne, lots of cayenne, garlic, pepper, paprika, all kinds of amazing seasonings. So we're gonna make that today, and we're gonna try and recreate the Hot Boys fried chicken sandwich. So let's get started. Now this sandwich is insanely flavorful. There's a bunch of different flavors coming from a bunch of different ingredients. The coleslaw, the marinade, the breading, and the Nashville hot style sauce. So I am putting 3 teaspoons of salt in the marinade. If you're wanting to cut back on the sodium a little bit, this is a place where you could do it. You could cut back to 1 teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoons of salt. But I will write down in the description below different areas where you could cut back on the salt, or you could keep it nice and salty. Now with this marinade, obviously the longer you can marinate the chicken thighs, the better. Here I marinated the chicken thighs for about 4 hours. If I had planned ahead a little bit better, I would have marinated these for at least 24 hours, but do whatever you can do. The longer the better, but these were still incredibly flavorful and tender just with 4 hours of marinating. Just try and aim for at least an hour. This hot sauce calls for 3 full tablespoons of cayenne pepper. If that is too much, or if you don't like a lot of spice, which I will say this is pretty spicy, you can cut back. You could do a tablespoon, you could do 2 tablespoons, you could do 2.5 tablespoons. Just stay true to your spice level, and the sauce is really good even if it's not spicy. I also added a little more than a tablespoon of honey just because I like the sauce to be a little bit on the sweeter side. But again, you know, if you like it to be a little sweeter, add more brown sugar, add a little more honey. If you don't want as much sweetness, add less honey, add less brown sugar. You can just completely customize this sauce to however you tend to like things. So it's pretty malleable and it's pretty fail-proof because it's a divine sauce. Now with the coleslaw, I like my coleslaw chopped up. If you like a crunchier mouthfeel to your coleslaw, feel free to omit this part of the video. This coleslaw recipe is also a little bit on the sweeter side. I have kind of added and taken out certain things in the coleslaw recipes that I found, so this is my own little custom coleslaw recipe, but it doesn't have a lot of vinegar in it, and it's more on the sweet side. I have a 1/4 cup of sugar, and I have 2 to 3 tablespoons of brown sugar, and I'm actually obsessed with this coleslaw. But if you don't like sweeter coleslaws, I would say substitute your preferred coleslaw recipe in this sandwich. Either way, it'll be delicious. When taking the chicken thighs out of the marinade and dipping it in the flour, I make sure to really get as much flour on the chicken. And this is where you're gonna get all of that breading on there. So if it's not fully coated, every little area of it is fully coated, then it's not gonna be as delicious and crunchy. So take care to really make sure that you're getting as much flour as possible on there. Alright, now I am assembling the sandwich and I'm just spooning some of the hot sauce onto the chicken thigh. And as I turn it, I am just making sure I'm very careful to not disturb any of the breading because I want all of that to stay as intact as possible. And then I'm just brushing it around to make sure it's as fully coated with that delicious Nashville sauce. And then a light coating of mayonnaise, which is totally unnecessary because of the coleslaw and the Nashville sauce, but if you're into mayonnaise, go for it. All right, Nashville style hot fried chicken sandwich. Amazing crunch, sweet, spicy, creamy. So good.